There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
There. No ball of meat. No light in the formless nothing. Just night swimming. I know you do, baby. I know. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. All right. Nothing town to fuck all borough. Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will. Do you really? The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice to name a motor carriage. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap! It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. The Whirling in Rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it? This person also forced the drinks on you. A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities, virile, uncaring towards the little things? Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just a vague impression of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between. Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? What? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my God. You can't stop. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You are correct. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
No.
The young woman shakes her head. Officer could be an artistic statement, a claim to official renown.
No, you're a police officer, sir. Okay, cool. I won't. Okay. Sir, you've been here for 3 days. On official police business, as you put it. Couldn't say. In truth, so far.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something. She nods.
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been there for a week now. The locals probably got tired of it and called the cops. I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer. Could it be because of the drinking?
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than it ought to at her age.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
The words have already left your mouth.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on, say it again. No, you see, that's not what you said. You said... Come on, man. Pretty, please. One more time. Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you? Has the time come already? You're one intense cop. Anyone ever tell you that? Okay, sir. I have to ask. Do you really not remember? Just like that? You drank so much you lost your memory? I'm sorry. It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on somewhere inside. This door can only be opened with a still no answer. Still nothing. There they both are, two identical shoes, both like two baby crocodiles. It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what good. They're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told. The door is closed. Still. You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Of course, at this point, precise measure through a PA system by other people. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds like it. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting as everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird looks like the bird was ripped off the shield. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola. The small steel tag says as much. The great skua. Stegosaurus skua.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you.
No, I'm not the bartender.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
Mm-hmm.
colourful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. You fumble with the spring-loaded gate of the carabiner. Like fucking sleigh bells. What are you doing? You're gonna get caught.
Stop finger-fucking him, officer! I'm responsible for these oafs and their stuff. Even Sleepy there.
Yes, sure. A criminal.
The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happened.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping as you approach. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath.
Very well, officer. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a run. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Right. And the interviews? Okay. We'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? Sure. But did you take the bot where it has been hanging for 7 days straight? We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a...
And then, soon after, dead bodies would...
But first, we have to take it down. I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the... I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have...
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the rat squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job. Yes. They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with... I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage. But again, you mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I can see you drank last night and the night before. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I say, talk to the manager. Then we go out back after you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can...
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. And have you found anyone to be sweet to? You rascal. I'm too old for you. You must forgive me. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad. Oh my. You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria? Yes. We're in Martinez, on the coast of Revachol. How would I even begin to tell you? I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? That's right, dear. How splendid. Here.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Actually, we are not. You could say that about almost any other nation, but not Revachol. Try one more time, officer. What mode of government? Nope, sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of...
Meaning, buying is voting.
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need...
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
Someone more educated in sweeping matters.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy?
That's a good point. This doesn't look like a rich century.
Yes, dear.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is...
No, dear. I'm not quite that old. Although I was injured in the line of duty. Nothing so glamorous, dear. Though when I was young, I dreamt of planting the Revachol. I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail order shoe. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated except no problem. Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I can assure you with absolute...
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be... Thank you, but... Martinez isn't perhaps another time. Of course, dear.
the man with the unimpressive beard.
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Fantastic.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive.
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can...
You said you just got here. From where?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only...
But you still know your way around, yes?
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said...
I didn't imply that.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco-Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in.
She went away because...
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else? I don't know who killed him.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here. A lot of dock...
Did the debarders themselves tell her this?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask. I would suppose it's because they have...
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been...
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, excuse me. You...
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
No, you don't owe me street cred. You owe me money. You owe this establishment 130... Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you... Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually, more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend. Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take...
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
For survival, to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere... If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you to pay me. I'm not an asshole.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him...
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. Officer, you really need to take this up with your station.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up, but you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? Why did you say that?
No. But isn't that a saying? Up on Marvel Hill, a great height.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street...
Yes? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, that's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Are they? They are mostly just... That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was... It's a part of the world, officer. A job...
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolary state, West.
I can see you're disappointed. You are right to be. I don't speak a word of...
A point of pride to him.
No.
The lieutenant nods.
What do you mean? I have no idea.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
What? Think?
The lieutenant produces. We all have our different mediums.
Good. Let's change the subject. What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me now. Then you are not that far behind. 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martin. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just... They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The Dock Workers Union is the de facto police. That's us, the Revachol Citizens...
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied...
That's right. I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a... You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. That's good. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? You mean like a brief? There's no reason to wing anything. 3 days ago, the RCM... During that time, the victim had been stripped of... Okay then. No. It's not a particularly... The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. Then you are in luck, because we are in the midst of a major...
Is this a strike then? Or the...
I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. This district isn't used to the RC... Strike, coup, revolution...
You feel something rising through you. A familiar feeling. An opinion taking form.
Politics is habit forming and hazardous.
From an imaginary fan.
Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Good.
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Try work. The case at hand, not a fan.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and...
Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama...
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that any...
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your...
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and it comes free with a 6-pack of Vermilion Roy d'Or. The sentiment is called